our boat. I am guarding our supplies. But I am so excited, guys. We got upgraded to a different boat because it's our honeymoon, and they also bought us 2 bottles of their favorite wine, the owner's favorite wine, and they made us a cake, got us a cake made. It's so, so sweet. I'm in love with them. It's Manos and Kostas, and I told Kostas how funny it is that I'm never gonna forget his name because obviously I read Sister of the Traveling Pants series when I was young, and it's also a movie with Blake Lively. And Lena's story in it, the heroine, she goes to Greece and she falls in love with a fisherman named Kostas. So I told Kostas I'll never forget his name, which is so true and so funny. But I'm so excited. The boat's gorgeous. I'll take you on a little tour. I've always wanted to do a honeymoon on a boat. So did Hayden, because he's my soulmate and he always wants to do what I want to do. It's just amazing. So I am so excited. Okay, we made it. We're just getting ready to take off. It's actually already 5 o'clock here and it's like a 6-hour sail. So we'll meet dinner on the boat and we'll get there really late, but then we'll wake up in Giana, which is a really beautiful island, and like one of the owner of the boat, Manos, his favorite islands, and one of the skipper's favorite islands. So I'm really excited. We just put all of our big grocery shop away and we're gonna take off. It's a little windy today. It was supposed to be the windiest day that we're out here, so yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm really excited to take off.
Having fun?
Yeah, lots of fun. How can I not? We're trying to find a place to eat, and it's tough because I really love food and I want it to be good. And we just saw a place that was a bit too modern, so we're gonna go. Also, these steps are crazy, so we're gonna go to an authentic place that we read about. Having a drink in the square before going to dinner at Prospari, which was recommended to us by our cab driver and by our skipper, so hopefully it's really good. I really want some authentic Greek cuisine.
Perfect Greek olives. And this bread, I think she laughed when I talked about the bread, but look at this bread. This is a juicy steak.
These are probably the most delicious potatoes I've ever seen.
Yeah, they look really good. I don't know what the dip is, but this looks pretty good.
First morning on the boat. Super, super beautiful. So beautiful here. I think that Greece is now officially one of my favorite countries, along with Italy and France. Nice. On the front of the boat as we pull into Antiparos, which is an island beside Paros, for the evening after a day of swimming. It's paradise. I never want to leave. Good evening. this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous evening in Antiparos, which is just a small island beside Paros that you have to catch a ferry to get to, but it's quite popular because Paros is very popular. I'm really excited to be here. I wanted to come to Paros, so I'm glad that we made it. We're going to Paros tomorrow, but Antiparos, literally Paros is just like right over there. So it'll just be a quick journey tomorrow. But we just went and had a very late lunch, basically an early dinner at a very classic taverna, which I didn't take any footage of because we were with our skipper and we were just hanging out, but which had moussaka, which is like a Greek kind of shepherd's pie with like ground meat and aubergine and bechamel sauce, and we had like oven roasted lamb. I had lamb with lemon sauce, which sounds weird and like it shouldn't work, but it was delicious. And then we're just gonna hang out on the boat tonight and make dinner here later. Right now we're gonna play cards. We love to play Lamsey, which is a game that Hayden's grandmother loves that we used to play with her all the time. And right now Hayden's winning, so he wants to finish the game. I won the last one though. Yeah, and Hayden's gonna open some wine that they gifted us. We're gonna eat our honeymoon cake later, and it's just such a beautiful evening. Guys, I don't even have words to express how magical this whole trip is. I feel like I just feel so grateful every single second of every single day that I get to have this experience, and I'm definitely going to share it with you, not only in this vlog, but I'm already percolating a story based on this. So that's the coolest thing about travel for me. It really informs my writing, and you know, obviously my experiences in France. I've got the Evolution of Sin series, which is set in Paris in The Consequence, and Italy in the Anti-Heroes in Love duet, and then also in my upcoming Montlake duet, and then Mexico also in the Evolution of Sin series. So I'm excited to throw in some Greece at some point in the future because I'm absolutely in love. I'm a convert. I want to be Greek. I'm already planning my next trip here. I'm obsessed. Enjoying a perfect sunset in Greece. Absolutely feel like I am living in a dream. I'm not taking 1 second for granted. Can't even believe that that was real. It's insane. The essentials: melon and prosciutto, cards, and a non-alcoholic bevy. Okay guys, it's our day 2 or 3 on the boat. I think it's our second full day on the boat. And we are in this little bay. I don't even know what it's called. Kostas woke up early to get us here and he's asleep, so I'll ask him when he gets up where we are. But it's super beautiful. The water is so blue, so we're gonna go swimming, and we have like snorkel stuff, so we're gonna see. I don't know if there's any fish, but it's just really beautiful. And we're gonna make breakfast and maybe go for a paddle. Oh, kitchen slave. Your yummy eggs. They even smell good. Such a perfect morning. The water was incredible. It was so warm, and like even if you don't swim, I don't think you could drown because it's just so buoyant. You can just float for hours. It's like, it's heaven. And it's so blue and so clear. You can see right to the bottom. There's not that much vegetation, but we did see some fishies, which is always really exciting. So we're just gonna have breakfast and coffee, and then we're gonna go back in and do a paddle. Okay, so I am too much of a baby to jump, but Hayden just did a really cool jump from this spot that Kostas took us to, and it's so beautiful in here. It's kind of like hyper exposed behind me, but you can see like the ocean is like melted blue Jolly Ranchers. It's so beautiful, and God, we're just having the best time. We went for a paddle earlier, which we didn't get any footage of because Kostas was sleeping and we were paddling, but it was so much fun. Hayden doesn't like to paddleboard very much, so I usually ferry him around, and it's really funny. Okay, it is scorching hot today. It is so hot and bright, but we're in this like lovely cove here with really blue water, so I'm gonna go paddleboarding because I want to have a little workout, and then I'm gonna go swimming, and then I'm gonna sunbathe because I'm obviously not brown enough yet. But there's like a beach back in there I don't think that we're gonna go to because we like to just like be on our own in the ocean. shopping. We are on the way to dinner. I did not do my hair after swimming today, but that's okay. We're gonna explore Paros where there's still some sunlight. We're just rushing off after playing some cards, and I'm really excited for dinner. It is so pretty. We're walking along a boardwalk, so I have to be careful. There's also cat poo everywhere, so you actually have to be careful where you step. But we're on this little boardwalk, and then we've got the town behind us, and those are all restaurants, and they're all so cute. You can even eat on a boat. And then behind us, we have some of the beautiful boats that just moored in the bay instead of, because it's a really small port, it's mostly just for fishing boats, which you can kind of see behind me. But we were lucky enough to get a spot, so we didn't have to take the little boat in. And guys, I know I've said it 1,000 times, but I'm just having the best time, and it's so freaking stunning. I have to write a book here. I have to. Behind me is Delos, which is where Artemis and Apollo were born, and it's a holy island in Greek history. And people actually, the Cyclades Islands are called the Cyclades Islands because they circle or enclose Delos Island. And some people live on it, but you can see there's like a ton of ruins in the background. It looks so cool. The history geek in me is freaking out. Okay, so it's official, as if it wasn't official already, but this is definitely not my last trip back to Greece. Look at this water, it's pretty windy, but the wind is, it just feels like pressure on your skin. There isn't even a heat differential, so it's pretty nice. The water is perfect. It's like the exact perfect temperature, and it's so clear and so buoyant. You can float with like minimal effort. It's just everything. I don't know how to say how beautiful and wonderful this is. I just am so grateful for every magical moment, and I highly recommend a boat trip to Greece, especially the Cyclades Islands. We're on an adventure. We took the paddleboard over. Hayden was very nervous that we were gonna lose my phone, but he was clever and wrapped it in a plastic bag. And now we're gonna go adventure to this little stone ruin of a house, which will be really cool. So you guys have heard me talk about the Clifton Strengths Finder test before. My #1 trait is context, which usually means that like you're a history student, you love to know the how and why of things. So obviously coming to Greece and seeing stuff like this and seeing Delos, which I really wanted to see because I'm a huge mythology geek, and that's where Artemis and Apollo were born by Leto. And Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, was also revered there apparently. But it just gives me shivers, like I got chills. It just profoundly moves me, which might seem odd to some people, but that's just like how I am, and it's very gratifying to see stuff like this and to be here, and it just makes my writerly brain tingle.
These all to skip?
The master at work, yeah.
Yeah, that went really far.
Look, I found a cool shell. Look. How cool is that? When I was a kid, I used to sit like this on the beach. We are in Acropolis, which is the biggest town on Syros, which is the capital of the Cyclades Islands. And this right behind me is City Hall. Super pretty. What are you listening to?
Yeah, soundtrack.
Shh.
We're in Greece.
We are in Greece. Dance on me.
Just got drenched by a wave.
This is what I look like right now. After a crazy, like, I think it was 5 hours. After 5 hours of a crazy sailing crossing. It was, apparently it's normal here for it to be that rocky, but it's our first day with it and it was awful. And now we're gonna eat. Thank God. Our last night in the islands. I'm quite sad, but we're on Kia and it's very pretty. So we're gonna try and find somewhere that has some meat dishes because I think we're a bit sick of seafood. So hopefully we'll find somewhere. Yummy. I can never have ice cream, and they have vegan dark chocolate ice cream, and so I'm a very happy girl. Miriam? We are at the Temple of Poseidon, which is, what was it? 2,500 years old, which is pretty cool. We are on our way back to Athens, but we stopped here for a little swim. Baby's first omelet.
Fingers
Looks
crossed.
pretty good. We are at the Acropolis. So this one doesn't have any scaffolding, and then behind me, this one has a ton. But they're both really beautiful, but there's so many people here. It kind of decreases the wonder of it. And you all come in on the hour at the same time, and there's just like a flood of people, which is just not super enjoyable. I don't know. Having it be a bit more regulated or less people on it would probably be better. I would think for the sake of the monuments as well, but whatever. I'm just happy that I get to see it because I'm such a Greek mythology geek and ancient history geek, so I mean, come on. It's spectacular even with scaffolding. Okay, so I think the verdict is that was very, very cool. I am sad that it was looted so much and that also there's so many pieces of it in the British Museum. I think they should give those back. I did think the organization was pretty bad. The queue was insane and it was so crowded up there, and I feel like that's also not good for the monument and its integrity. But it was very cool and I'm glad that we saw it. It's the only thing that we're really seeing in Athens, but we've kind of heard from people that it was the only thing worth seeing anyway. So I'm very happy that we did. Very authentic Greek taverna.